Hello everyone and welcome to my daily altcoin analysis. If you want to support me and my content, leave a like and comment with at least 7 words to help boost the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date. I also have a separate video where I analyze Bitcoin and Ethereum daily if you are interested in that kind of analysis. So let's talk about XRP. So what I have tracked for XRP was a falling wedge which broke to the upside. And currently we are getting a retest. And if we get a nice follow through, means we maybe get a bit lower to retest it. But after that, we need to overshoot that high and then we have the follow through. And then we can actually think about higher prices. The typical target of that falling wedge would be the $2.47. I doubt that we get so high since we have the bull market support band over us, which is currently the bull market resistance band. I would actually think about getting prices up to $2.22. And if we get lucky, even a bit higher, up to $2.25. We have also then here a fair value gap. And after that, I think we might get a small dip. And after that, taking this fair value gap there. That's my game plan at the moment. XRP looks good to me. So basically stop loss lower than here. Because if we get up here and we get again back into the falling wedge and break it to the downside, the $2.07, then I think that we are getting into the area where I have the purple box between $1.90 to $1.82. So keep that in mind. I will do tags, price tags, so you see everything. That is going to be very interesting. So, Dogecoin. What did we say about Dogecoin? We have said it's worth a long trade once we break the orange trend line to the upside, because then it might be a double bottom pattern. Yeah, but we didn't break it to the upside, so basically this chart pattern is invalid and we shouldn't have taken a long trade anyway. Instead, I have said, okay, if we don't break it to the upside, then the chance is very high that we drop again where I have put this here. And as you can see, we went into that area, so I will delete it. So what is my game plan for Dogecoin at the moment? So far, I'm not in a Dogecoin trade. I would take one once we break the 17.2 cents to the upside. But since the green trend line is a downwards trend line, that means if we break the green trend line to the upside on a later time, for example, here we get like this and break it here to the upside, then the price would also move. And then we have a breakout far earlier with lower prices. So I will zoom in which points on the chart I connected. I connected this one with this and with the top here. So if you want to copy that, do it, because in the end of the day, that's how you get the most accurate analysis. Do I think we get lower than the old lows here? Might be possible, yeah. If we don't see a breakout to the upside, then the chance of getting higher prices, especially into that fair value gap, is then for sure low. Let's say 0%. If we don't break the green trend line to the upside, yeah, I think that's logically. But if we get up and get always rejected, then the downside pressure is actually very high, and then we can reach for the liquidity gaps lower than us, which I think isn't a problem, because then we get better entries for Dogecoin. So, Solana. What I have seen for Solana is a possible rectangle, or let's say a triple bottom pattern maybe. It looks like a rectangle. Yeah, a box like this where we always go sideways. As long as it's not breaking to the upside or breaking to the downside, I'm not going to trade it. Yeah, let me do it clean like this. So If we break it to the upside, then we can reach for prices up to $131.37. I would take my profits at 130 US dollar. If we break it to the downside, then we can go down to $118.67, but I think $119.36 is more realistically. So what do I want to see for Solana? We tried the breakout here. Yeah, the candle closed over it. Let's go into the 1 hour chart because I think that's more important. Yeah, the 1 hour candle didn't close over it. Yeah, so it wasn't a breakout on the 1 hour chart. What I would wait for is that we get a candle close over 127 US dollar, but a 1 hour candle close. Or on the 50 minutes chart, a follow through. If we get over this high, then I would say it's safe that we can go up to 130 US dollar for Solana. Also keep in mind that the 120 US dollar or the $119.40, yeah, it's almost the same, are our best support at the moment. If that breaks to the downside, then make sure that we can easily drop down to $108 to 93 US dollar. Yeah, it's I have a big box. I calculated it in the past from the old tops, and here I would accumulate Solana coins. Yeah, those lines means, for example, here I would buy 15% of Solana. Let's say I'm ready to buy $100 in Solana, then I would put $15 here, and if we drop more, then I would accumulate more and more until I have here 100% of my money in Solana, but 100% of the money which I'm ready to invest into Solana. Yeah, that's important to add. So I think the analysis for Solana is done. As long as we are in that box, in that rectangle, I'm not going to trade it. For sure, we can still try to catch the lower side and always go long here and take the push to the upside. That would be 3%. And once we get into the top area, then we can short it and get another 3%. Yeah, it's worth a try. Why not? Maybe I'm going to try it, but if I see a breakout, then I would close my short for sure. So Cardano. So what did I say about Cardano? Because I did a trade for Cardano, which was closed, yeah, in small profit, let's say break even. To be fair, we have said if we break that green trend line to the upside, then I would consider jumping into a small long trade into the area of 69.6 cents to 69 cents. That was my target for Cardano. And what I have also said is once we break the 69.7 cents to the upside, then the chance is very high that we are going to fill that liquidity gap. And if we break that to the upside, then I would increase my position size. So what happened is we didn't get even to my target area, which isn't a problem. Why? Because we had a white trend line. Yeah, I have seen it later. And this white trend line I have used for my exit. Means here was my entry and here was my exit. Yeah, so basically in small profits, I close it in small profits, but that's how I trade because the chance is going to get very high that we get another drop. And what happened is we got another drop. Yeah, so I think I did everything right here. And now we have to wait. I don't see any good trend line which is safe to trade. It might be even possible that we get a little bit more up, get into that resistance right here, and from here sell off into the area of 60 cents to 62 cents, 61 cents. Yeah, might be possible because we still have a huge fair value gap lower than us. We have to track that. So render. I want to show you something about the fair value gaps. We have said so far we have a rising wedge. If that breaks to the downside, here is the target. It's usually if we take the spread here, like this, and then we put it to our breakout point, and as you can see, here was our take profit. Yeah. What happened is we got here. We also got a small bounce, no problem. But what then happened is we had a huge liquidity block here. You don't see the fair value gap right now because we have closed it, but before we had here very big red areas like these are green, but we had those ones, fair value gaps. What did we do? We closed everything. Yeah, we just have a very small liquidity gap left right here, which doesn't have to get closed anymore because it's so small. But this whole area between $3.70 to $3.34 or even a bit more, $3.30 was a huge fair value gap. And I've said, okay, we are getting here into our target of the rising wedge. But I think since we have a huge amount of fair value gaps lower than us, that we are going lower and lower until we then break something to the upside. It happened exactly like that. So besides, we didn't get the pump yet, but I will delete here everything. So the chart looks a bit cleaner. Oh, I have to charge my laptop. So what would I do? I would wait for the $3.62 breaking to the upside. If we do, then I'm long up to $4.20 for render. So the Pi coin. It looks like that the Pi coin is in a falling wedge. If it breaks to the upside at currently 77 cents, then I would be in for a long trade. The typical target of the falling wedge would be 96.6 cents. But I can think about closing my trade a bit earlier, maybe at 90 cents. Yeah, so we don't have to chase the maximum profit. It's always better to realize profits, because as long as the profit isn't realized, means it's unrealized, then it's not our money and it can get gone very fast. What we have tracked here for Pi was a bearish pennant which broke to the downside. Target was here. We also got it, so I can delete it now. So for now, I can't do much with Pi as long as we don't break the 77 cents to the upside. The next good support would be the 62 cents, means we still can drop down and from here get a nice support. If we also lose it, then I think, yeah, maybe I'm going to take Pi out of my analysis. So, SUI. For SUI, I did a profitable trade. I can show you that. Let's go into the 15 minutes chart. And what we can say, what we can see here is, I have said once we break the green trend line to the upside, then I would be in for a long trade, but I would keep a tight stop loss lower than the green trend line. We had a huge fair value gap here. This was our target. And if we look, here we got into that target. Yeah, so here in that area, I closed 50% of my position because I was thinking maybe we are going to break out and get more fair value gaps, and then I want to get more money for sure. But also, since I have my stop loss always lower than the green trend line, I got stopped out here. Yeah, so this trade was in profit. Yeah, even those 50% which got stop lost were also in small profits. But here was the good money in that area. So it was a profitable trade. For SUI, I'm going to wait for the $2.34, because then the falling wedge is going to get activated, let's say it like that, and the target would be the $2.63. That's going to be very interesting if we break that to the upside. What I don't like with SUI is, oh, hold on. So, what I have said about the drop, we have even said, okay, SUI can drop down to $2.18 because we have support there. We got perfectly there. We have predicted it very good. But what I have said there, that's my small mistake, if we even can say it is a mistake, that once we get here, that we dip it for a short time lower than the $2.18 to close the fair value gap here, and from here get a nice push. For example, Ondo did it. Yeah, I can show you that with Ondo now, because here we have said, okay, we are going to drop here. Here was a drop and here we got support. But after that we had a huge liquidity gap here. That's why I have drew this. And what happened? Exactly as predicted. So SUI didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be positive, because if Bitcoin is going to do another dip to the downside, another dump, then SUI is most likely get again into the area $2.13. So let's talk about Ondo now. So this movement we have tracked very well. I can put it like this. And here we go. Exactly as predicted. Oh, what did I do now? Never mind. Let me delete it. So for Ondo I see now, let me take out the target of the rising wedge because we got it there. I will make it white after the video. What I tracked so far is another falling wedge. If that breaks to the upside, which did, now it's going to get the retest. So I think Ondo is long, and if we get the follow through, that chart pattern is valid, and then we can actually reach out for prices up to 85 cents. That's my game plan for Ondo, so Ondo is long for me at the moment. HBAR. So what I thought about HBAR is that this might be a inverted shoulder head shoulder formation or a cup and handle. Anyway, it broke to the upside. Right here, we got the retest, and I think HBAR is also long. We just need the follow through over 16.65 cents. And then I think we can easily work off one shoulder up to 17 cents or reach a bit more higher for the 17.3 cents. That's my game plan for HBAR at the moment. There I would take profits. Stop loss would be lower than this low here. So, thank you for watching. No, wait. I have seen something more. If we break the 17.33 cents to the upside, then it would look good up to 18 cents, where the next big resistance is waiting for us. So now, thank you for watching. If I gave you surplus value, I would appreciate if you click the like button, and if you are interested in daily updates, feel free to subscribe me. Have a nice day with huge gains. See you.